Are the Golden State Warriors on the brink of shaking things up? With the trade deadline looming, speculation is swirling around potential moves that could reshape the roster and reignite the team's championship ambitions. There's buzz about a high-profile name that could be donning the blue and gold soon. A player who could elevate our game to a whole new level. Stay tuned, because you won't want to miss this. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button to keep up with all the latest Warriors updates. Trade speculation surrounding our Golden State Warriors is reaching a fever pitch, and honestly, it's about time. With the team struggling to find its rhythm lately, the February 6 trade deadline looms large over us, sparking discussions that could lead to significant changes. Just a week after acquiring Dennis Schroeder, there are whispers that the Warriors are still one of the most active teams in the league. Let's talk about the biggest name connected to us, Jimmy Butler. According to Brett Siegel from Clutch Points, we should absolutely be labeled as favorites to trade for this 6X All-Star. I mean, can you imagine Butler in a Warriors uniform? He brings that tenacity and skill that could elevate our playoff aspirations. But let's not stop there. The Warriors are reportedly considering a range of players across various positions and salaries. So, who else should we be looking at? We have a ranking of 9 players linked to the Warriors, and it's a mixed bag. Starting at the bottom, we have Matisse Thybulle. While he's heralded as one of the best defensive wings, he's currently sidelined with injury and has never averaged more than 5.7 points in a season. For a team already facing offensive limitations, adding Thybulle seems like an obvious pass. Then we have Bruce Brown, another player linked to us who's also out due to injury. Yes, he was a key player for the Denver Nuggets last season, but with a hefty $23 million expiring contract, it's hard to justify trading for a player who might just be another role player. The Warriors need size and offensive firepower right now, not more defensive-minded guards. Next up is DeAndre Hunter, who's putting up solid numbers this season, but with a contract worth over $48 million for the next 2 years, it raises a lot of questions. Is it worth the risk? Where does he fit into our plans? I'm skeptical. Moving on, we have Dorian Finney-Smith, who shows some promise as a 3-and-D wing. He's making nearly $10 million less than Hunter, which makes salary matching easier. His shooting percentages are impressive, but is he the game changer we need? It's a maybe, but I'm not sold yet. Donte DiVincenzo comes next. He's had a rough start in Minnesota, seeing his scoring drop significantly. Given our recent trade for Schroeder, bringing in another guard feels redundant. However, DiVincenzo has history with the franchise, and if he can find his rhythm again, he might be worth considering. Now, let's talk about Jonas Valanciunas. He might not fit the traditional Warriors style, but he could provide an offensive upgrade at the center position. Would Steve Kerr utilize him effectively? That's a big question mark, but it's worth exploring if it doesn't require a first-round pick. Kyle Kuzma is another name that's caught my attention. If we're talking trades with the Washington Wizards, he needs to be at the top of our list. Averaging over 21 points and 6.5 rebounds, Kuzma brings that size and offensive punch that we desperately need. His descending contract is also a bonus, making him attractive to multiple teams. But let's get even more excited about Cameron Johnson. His recent performance against the Toronto Raptors was nothing short of spectacular, dropping 33 points. Averaging 19.2 points with solid shooting percentages, he seems like a perfect fit for the Warriors system. Imagine him alongside our core guys. Finally, we have Nikola Vucevic, who's also enjoying a fantastic season. Averaging nearly 21 points and posting impressive shooting splits, he could add a new dimension to our offense. Yes, there are defensive concerns, but the spacing he would provide at the 5 spot could be just what we need. So, what do you think? Are we on the right path with these potential targets? I have to admit I'm a bit torn. The allure of trading for a star like Butler is strong, but the potential of adding players like Kuzma or Johnson is equally enticing. Klay Thompson could be on the move again if the Golden State Warriors fail to secure a trade for Jimmy Butler. After a shocking 51-point loss to the Memphis Grizzlies, the pressure is mounting for the Warriors to make some significant moves. The team has already made a splash by acquiring Dennis Schroeder, but now the focus shifts to Butler, who is at the center of trade speculation involving multiple teams, including the Warriors, Rockets, Suns, and Mavericks. But here's the kicker. Butler's hefty $48.8 million salary complicates things. To make a deal happen, the Warriors would likely need to part ways with at least 4 players, along with some draft assets to satisfy the Miami Heat. If they can't pull off a trade, the Dallas Mavericks might swoop in. They've been active in the market before, bringing in stars like Kyrie Irving, and they could be looking to make another bold move. The idea of the Mavericks targeting Butler raises some eyebrows, especially since he doesn't seem like an ideal fit next to Irving and Luka Doncic. Butler thrives with the ball in his hands, while Klay is more of a catch-and-shoot guy, playing off the dynamic duo in Dallas. However, the thought of trading Thompson for Butler, as suggested by ESPN's Bobby Marks in a hypothetical 4-team deal, is intriguing. It would send Butler to Dallas, Thompson to the New Orleans Pelicans, and Brandon Ingram to the Heat. Now, moving Klay this early into his 3-year contract could send some mixed signals. It wouldn't necessarily mean the Mavericks made a mistake in signing him. Rather, they might just be trying to stack up talent for another playoff run. There's a clear argument to be made that Butler is the superior player right now, especially with Thompson struggling to find his rhythm, shooting career lows from both the field and beyond the arc. This isn't just about stats, though. It's about the emotional investment we all have in these players. Klay has been a cornerstone for the Warriors, and seeing him traded, especially so soon, would be tough to swallow. But at the end of the day, the goal is to win championships. Do I think Klay deserves better? Absolutely. But can the Warriors afford to pass up on a talent like Butler if it means a better shot at the title? That's the million-dollar question. It's a complicated scenario, and while this 4-team trade seems highly unlikely to materialize, it's a clear indicator that Klay is far from untouchable. As a fan, I'm torn. I love Klay, but I also recognize the need for the Warriors to evolve and adapt to stay competitive. So, what does this mean for the future of the Warriors? If they can't make significant moves to improve the roster, we could see a shift in how the team is built. The front office is undoubtedly feeling the heat after that devastating loss, and they might be forced to reevaluate their strategy. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on this. Do you believe trading Klay for Butler would be the right call? Or should the Warriors stick with what they have and give Thompson more time to find his groove? Honestly, I'm divided. I see the logic in bringing in a player of Butler's caliber, but I also can't shake off the loyalty I feel towards Klay. And you? What do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. Are you hopeful about the Warriors' chances if they make a trade, or do you think they should hold on to their core? Don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow fans, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any crucial updates. And remember, hit that notification bell to stay in the loop on all the latest Warrior news.